Hey everybody, it's Willbits, and we're resuming Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, starting out Episode 3, Turnabout Academy. And are we going to get a cutscene?
Themis Legal Academy, a prestigious high school with alumni in the highest echelons of the legal world.
But then, it began to rain blood, and it dissolved every student in the academy. Dollar bills, make it rain! What is going on? Well, now we know what happens when we stab someone. Our lesson is complete. Five Nights at Freddy's. Night 1. Themis Legal Academy. Oh no! I'm gonna be late! Are we going back even further? So Athena's back in school? This is where the schoolgirl outfit, I guess, comes into play. Is she gonna be in it? We were talking about the DLC right before I started the actual thing. So this is it, the illustrious Themis Legal Academy. This is the place where many distinguished lawyers and prosecutors got their start. When news spread that Mr. Wright had gotten his attorney's badge back, he received a call from this school asking him to pay a visit. Mr. Wright brought us along, hoping we'd learn something from the experience. Okay, so we're still in time. Athena's not actually a schoolgirl here. But no, I had to go and blow it by getting here 30 minutes late! At least it's not all business today. After all, today's their school festival. Mock trial. No, Nick met Athena in Europe for some reason. Wow, this place has school festival written all over it. Literally, like they wrote on everything. But wow, the cold stares. Is it because everyone's in a school uniform except me? Well, I like the way I dress. Wonder where Mr. Wright and Apollo are. I wonder if that changes if you put on her schoolgirl outfit. If that changes the actual thing. Your attention, please. This is an announcement from the Mock Trial Committee. The mock trial will begin shortly. All students and faculty, please proceed at once to the lecture hall. Does everybody have to watch it? Thank you. Because any mock trial I've ever seen, it's really been the mock trial club and just like their parents watching. Nobody in the school cares. Sounds like a mock trial's about to start. But where's this lecture hall? Looks like all the students and faculty are heading that way. Might as well just follow them because that's the easiest way to get where I need to go. Maybe I'll find Mr. Wright and Apollo there. This still takes place before Case 1. Okay, so we are still time jump. Oh, I guess because Case 1 happened much later, and we haven't seen what turned Apollo into a mummy pirate. This must be the lecture hall. Wow, they spent some serious money on this place. The district court can't even compete. Yeah, this is pretty high tech. Are we gonna have a digital judge? Hey, Athena, over here! Ah, Mr. Wright, Apollo. I've been looking for you two. I'm so sorry I'm late. It's okay. Sorry we couldn't wait for you. But we didn't think to be late for our meeting. Okay, if this is a legal academy, I guess this is part of the curriculum. Okay. Thanks, Kaitu. Looking for you, the person we're supposed to meet also seems to be running late. Mr. Wright, Mr. Justice. It seems Professor Court has yet to arrive.
How unprofessorial of her to keep visitors of our esteemed institution waiting like this. I'm a Greek statue, for some reason. I shall make her right. I will not... Oh, who do we have here?
All right, you haven't been introduced yet.
Ah, yes. You must be the young lady Mr. Wright was telling me about. I am Aristotle Means, a professor at this hallowed Hall of Learning. I oversee the lawyer course here. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I'm Athena Sykes. I just recently got my attorney's badge myself. It's nice to meet you, too.
How wonderful. So vigorous and vivacious. You just earned yourself a gold star. Oh.
Wow, thanks. A big smile of his is kind of scary, though.
This hurts.
Looks like mock trial's about to begin. What are we going to do about our meeting? Oh, speaking of the mock trial, do either of you know what it's about?
Oh, but I thought we had sent a pamphlet to your office.
Right, the pamphlet. Whatever happened to that? You won't be seeing it again. Trucy used it for the old rip it up and restore it trick. Unfortunately, it didn't work as advertised, so it's just ripped up. That face is perfect.
Well, it seems I had better explain the situation then.
Thank you, Professor. Okay. I'm actually glad to have seen his gums, because he's so, like, stony pale with his gray hair that, I'm not convinced that he's not actually some kind of stone golem.
Now, does anyone have any questions?
I do, Professor. Could you tell me all about your school?
What an excellent question. Here's a gold star for asking.
That's not a gold star. That's you just making the OK sign with your fingers.
Our academy has 3 courses to choose from. Steak, chicken, or vegetarian. Students seeking to be lawyers take the lawyer course. Likewise, budding prosecutors take the prosecutor course, and future judges the judge course.
Wow, you have everything here for someone who wants to seriously pursue a career in law.
Yes, well, that's what makes our school special, and today even more so. After all, we are to be treated to a lecture by the legendary attorney, Phoenix Wright. We can't wait to hear all about his return to the legal profession.
We're not sure that this guy's human. He a well-marbled physique. You're giving a lecture, Mr. Wright, but you're not even a professor, or very smart, or articulate, or handsome. I don't know. It's just a bad idea all around. Yeah, well, I'm just giving them what they want. Yeah? Okay. Did you even know you were meant to be giving a lecture here today? Yeah, sort of, but I came early because I was supposed to have a meeting with the head of the judge course, Constance Court. Looks like kind of a hippie. It's been a whirlwind of a morning. Let's leave it at that.
Professor Court, she is a wonderful instructor, but quite unpunctual.
Oh, so that's who's late.
From what I've heard, our esteemed Mr. Wright here is scheduled to hold a training seminar tomorrow, in addition to today's lecture.
A training seminar? For lawyers? What exactly does that involve?
Why, it involves the very skills that make a lawyer a lawyer. The arm angle when shouting objection, the proper way to strike the podium.
Okay.
How to project one's voice, and most importantly, how to bluff your way to victory.
Wow, so Phoenix is the perfect person to see. Who exactly do you want me to teach stuff like that to again?
What a wonderful question. You just earned yourself a gold star. Ah. The great honor of taking a seminar by a famous lawyer and a famous prosecutor. That is what is at stake in this mock trial. The crown jewel of the school festival.
All right.
The mock trial in question is a prestigious event that every student aspires to win. Oh. The top student in the lawyer course and the top student in the prosecutor course face off in a simulated court case set in this very school. As for the case itself, we select the best script written by a judge, course student, and base our case on that.
Oh, a one-on-one battle. How thrilling. So if the student studying to be a lawyer wins, they get to take my training seminar? But what if the other student wins? I'm not a prosecutor, so...
There's no cause for alarm. We have a famous prosecutor ready for just such a case. But exactly who it is, well, that is a special surprise.
A famous prosecutor? No, it can't be. No. Professor Means, forgive me for interrupting you and your guests. Oh, okay. All right. This is Miss Juniper Woods.
Oh, I'm Juniper Woods, a third year in the judge course. Professor, the trial will begin shortly, since you'll be delivering the pre-trial speech. Would you mind waiting up in the balcony until we're ready for you?
My, how very organized you are, Juniper. You just earned yourself a gold star, too. My gold stars are meaningless. But what about Professor Court? Well, I suppose she'll eventually arrive. Unless she's dead. Now then, I trust you will look after our visitors, Juniper.
Yes, of course, Professor Means.
Juniper? Juniper Woods? Is that you?
Then, Athena! I almost didn't recognize you. I didn't know you were back from Europe.
Wait, you two know each other? Now that's a coincidence.
We've known each other since we were kids.
We're like best friends, right, Junie?
Yeah. Well, we live close to each other, so we used to play in the forest together.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Why won't she look at me? I guess I shouldn't be surprised since we haven't seen each other in a long time. Anyway, we're supposed to go wait in the waiting room, right? Not that I wouldn't mind taking in the mock trial you're putting on today.
Unfortunately, the mock trial is only for students and faculty. There's one seat reserved for Mr. Wright, but no other exceptions are allowed.
Yes, I'm very sorry, but it is part of the student curriculum after all. I hope you won't mind remaining in the waiting room until the trial concludes.
Oh, that's too bad. I was hoping to learn something new today. I'll tell you what, Apollo. Why don't you take my place? What? Really? Sure, besides, I'd like to meet with Professor Court as soon as she gets here. Oh, no fair! I want to see the mock trial, too! Sorry, I'm gonna let Apollo pull what little rank he has. If it's okay with Professor Means.
But of course, Mr. Wright, if that is what you wish.
It's settled then. We'll expect a full and detailed report, Apollo, so pay attention.
Being the new kid sure stinks. If you'd please follow me, I'll escort you down to the waiting room on the first floor.
Very well. Didn't want to see a cool trial with big TV monitors everywhere anyway. That wouldn't have been awesome for that. Okay, waiting room.
Still no Professor Court. It's been over 30 minutes.
And Mr. Wright snoozing away on the sofa. This is so boring. This pitch black room. I should have turned on some lights and hidden the lecture hall and spied on the mock trial. Oh. Eek! What was that? Some kind of crash monster? Hallway. Oh, we don't get to see the waiting room, apparently. Oh, what a nice 30-second nap that was. Oh, I could have sworn I just heard something fall down and break. If you go running now, they'll think it was you.
Well, it wasn't me. I think it came from somewhere outside.
Oh, well, we better go have a look, seeing as everyone else is in the lecture hall.
Okay.
A murder. The sound of a murder, perhaps? 67, the school festival. Outdoor stage. This is pretty cool. Is this stage for some sort of concert? Kind of reminds me of a courtroom. Wait, Athena, behind the witness stand.
What?
That's not good. Eek! Professor Court, can you hear me? Professor! Wait, that's who we were supposed to be meeting with? I think she's a little extra tardy. Looks like our meeting's been canceled for us. And everything's been canceled for her.
No way, this can't be real!
Always a murder. I called the police. They should be here soon. I'll go tell everyone in the lecture hall, too. Hello, murder, my old friend. No, wait, they'll find out soon enough once the police get here. Let's do our own crime scene investigation before it gets too crowded around here.
Huh? Are we even allowed to do that?
As long as we don't touch anything, it should be fine. It's no big deal, as long as we leave it exactly like we found it. Plus, no, never mind. Anyway, we should look around while the scene's still fresh.
But, okay.
You're the boss. Arrow's supposed to go in the knees, not the body. Let's see, let's not go there yet. Let's just start looking around. See what we can find. And I think this body is the most important thing to look at. First of all, we should start by studying the body. I wonder what's the best angle for this. Oh. Very well. Let's spin around and just have a look-see. And then we'll go back and see what else we can see. I guess I really do have to examine the body. Well, guess I'd better get used to stuff like this if I want to be a full-fledged lawyer. There's clearly a book down here, and and we'll get to the arrow in a second. What do we have here? A book? I'm guessing it fell out of her chest pocket. Wait, what if it's her diary? That's the most private thing a girl has. Let's just pick it up and read it. True, but considering the situation at hand, my apologies to the late Professor Court. No, don't! Picking it up! Sorry, crime scene! Looks more like a planner than a diary. Every page seems to have the same sword mark printed on it at that. I still think a girl deserves her privacy, but this may help us solve the case. Court's planner added to the court record. Alright. There's the arrow. It also looks like her hands have been tied up. There's some huge bruises on there. Ugh. There's an arrow stuck in her side. Gunshot wounds and stab wounds are pretty common, but arrow wounds? This is a homicide any way you slice it. In other words, we have a murder on our hands.
A murder? Here! So that makes the arrow the murder weapon.
Well, that and the bow that shot it. Right, but where could the killer have shot her from? The stage is a sea of obstructions. I'm no expert on archery, but it can't be easy to hit a target with this much stuff around. Would it be possible to kill someone by stabbing them with an arrow? I'm not sure. Guess we better do some more investigating before jumping to conclusions. Alright, got the arrow. Let's look at this. I think these hand marks are really interesting. Noticing the string of the body? Take a deep breath and take a good look.
Well, now that you mention it,
there's no blood around it. Yet the victim's body is cold and rigor mortis has already started to dissipate. It would appear that quite some time has passed since Professor Court was murdered. Thing is, the quad was packed with students up until the start of the mock trial. Wait, then doesn't that mean she was killed at a different location?
Oh, I know.
The killer moved the body here while everyone was in the lecture hall. That's a definite possibility. Notice anything else? Her arms are raised over her head and there are dark bruises around her wrists. Yeah, the professor was probably tied up with something. Eventually her wrists were unbound and as she reached up to stretch, she was killed? Actually, I'm not so sure about this theory. Well, there's not exactly a lot to go on. I think that's about all we're going to find out from the body for now. Nice work, Athena. Your face only turned 5 shades of pale. I was expecting 50. 50 shades of pale? Oh. Whoa. We should probably take a picture of the crime scene just in case. Okay, I'm on it. Say cheese. That's not nice. Don't say that to a dead cheese? And I thought I was the one with the twisted sense of humor. I think that should do it. Alright, let's take a better look around the area while we wait for the police to arrive. Oh, this pile of rubble sticks out like a sore thumb. They're just gonna show it right to me. Looks like broken pottery or plaster. Maybe this is the source of that noise we heard. There were supposedly 2 statues on the stage, and one of them is currently running a mock trial. I seem to recall hearing that a co-ed from the Fine Art Club had made them. There were 2? Then that thing over there is the remains of another statue? This could be related to the case. Let's take a closer look. Looks like a newspaper or a driver's license or something in here. There's something buried in the rubble. The Themis Herald? It is a newspaper. Wait, we shouldn't disturb it. Let's just read what we can. We're gonna pick up her diary and leaf through it, but we shouldn't pick up the newspaper that just happens to be around. Pending declaration of love rocks campus. Final act in torrid love triangle centered on campus. She-devil Juniper Woods. Ooh, she-devil. Oh. Level-headed lawyer course genius and hot-blooded prosecutor course student will go head-to-head in a mock trial battle for the she-devil's black heart. Hugh O'Connor has declared that he will confess to her if he wins. Whoa. Whoa. So the 2 lawyers are in love with our judge. Wow. One of them murdered somebody, potentially. What? I seriously wish I hadn't read that. You find that more shocking than discovering a murder victim's body? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. But let's go ahead and save anyway. But we're talking about my friend Junie here. She'd never lead guys on like that. Athena, you don't believe everything you read, do you? This article is clearly written with malicious intent. I'm not buying a word of it. You're right, but it's still disturbing, even if it's third-rate tabloid material. Okay, picking up clues. Let's get the statue. Wonder what this was a statue of. Whatever it was reddish-purple in color. When Apollo and I first got here, both statues were already here, but they were covered up. I bet they were waiting to unveil them when the school festival moved here to the stage. A purplish red one and a blue one. Statues. Could they have been Phoenix and someone else who wears a purplish red coat? You mean this duffel bag looking thing was actually used to cover the statues? I guess that just leaves the question, were they broken by accident or on purpose? Does somebody hate Phoenix? And did the other statue put somebody on edge? I guess we'll never know what the statues were worth. What a puzzle this is. Mr. Wright, Athena! Oh, here comes Apollo. I've never seen anyone move so fast. Listen, something's big's happened. Something big, a big thing, big things. I was at the mock trial when the police announced a body had been found on campus. That's right, and we're the ones who phoned it in. We found Professor Court dead behind the witness stand over there. What? Can you show me? What the? We've already had a quick look at the body. It's definitely a homicide. Once the police get here... No, I know it's a homicide. I'm shocked because it's the same. Exactly the same! It's what was in the mock trial. Whoa there, Apollo. Take a deep breath and explain what you mean. It's the same. The body, that is. It's just like how it was in the mock trial. What? It's like the mock trial? I know, it sounds crazy, but... The body's location and position, the murder weapon, the lack of pulling blood. They're recreating one of their trials? It's all exactly like the mock trial. You're kidding, right? It can't really all be the same, can it? That's actually in-game. For a second there, I thought it was just happening on the street outside. I wonder what detective we're going to get for this case. The whole school's in an uproar. There won't be any more classes today. Or ever again. School's out for summer. School's been blown to pieces. A murder on campus. That's the last thing I expected at a legal academy. I'll go tell Professor Means what we observed when we discovered the body. You two wait here until you've spoken with the police. Yes, boss. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe we have to wait around here. I can't stay still at times like these. I have to go pee. I hope Junie hasn't fainted from the shock of this whole thing.
Athena, there you are.
Junie! Am I glad to see you? I was worried that...
Don't worry about me. I am student council president, after all.
I need to be strong. Student council president? Wow, I'm impressed. She's really changed. She used to be kind of sickly and shy. Juniper, was it? You mind if we ask you a few questions? Yeah, we're stuck here waiting for the police, and there's really not much to do. Sure, would you like to know? What would you like to know? Tell me, ask me things. What do you know about dead bodies?
I haven't seen you in ages, Junie. What's it been, 7 years? Yes, and I remember how you were always there for me, Athena.
Maybe it's just me, but
I wanted to ask why you seem so distant.
Remember how you used to call me Thena? I liked it better than that way.
It felt like we were sisters, you know? Yes, but I'm student council president now. And as the student representative of Themis Academy, I have to act properly.
She was never this stiff and formal before. Ugh. I knew you wanted to be a judge, but I didn't expect this. Such a prestigious school, and you're in the judge course to boot?
Yes, and Professor Court had been in charge of it until, well, you know.
Oh, right. Professor Court was the professor in charge of Junie's course. Okay. What sort of teacher was Professor Court?
If I had to sum her up in a single word, I'd say she was amazing. A judge must always seek the truth. That was her mantra, and she used it in trying to fix what was wrong with our school. She was a beacon of hope in this dark age of the law. The dark age.
What's wrong with your school? What did you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. We're definitely not churning out
dark wizards who are, possessing people, murdering people, and then still practicing law while in chains.
Never mind. That's not happening. No.
Am I imagining things, or did I just detect something in Junie's voice?
Professor Court chose my script for the mock trial.
Oh, you mean all the students in the judge course had to submit a script? And yours was the one she selected? Wow, that's amazing, Junie.
Oh, thank you, but now Professor Court is... Who would do such a thing? Just yesterday we were working together, trying to get things ready. Excuse me.
Still has that, huh? Are you right, Junie? Maybe you should take it easy for a while and stop huffing so much pollen. So she's still got that cough. Guess she's not as strong as she pretends to be. Mock trial. What do you need a script in a showdown between a lawyer and a prosecutor?
Well, we were simulating a trial, so we needed a script as a framework.
All the details about the incident and the people involved are included in the script.
We also prepared a crime scene, photos, a murder weapon, and other kinds of evidence.
Wow, you guys think of everything. Must be hard getting all that ready.
Yes, well, it was only Professor Court and I. After all, we didn't want the script or other elements of the mock trial to get leaked. We were the only ones in the entire school who knew all of the details.
Must have been a big pain in the... that must have been really difficult.
I wrote the script so that the case could go either way. That way the defense and the prosecution both had an equal chance of winning.
If you think that's all she's capable of, you've got another thing coming. I don't know who this is. Huh? Who said that?